on the incidents that occurred in the entertainment district last weekend, specifically 3 incidents that involved suspects firing weapons. And then kind of to put this in perspective, we've done some analysis of what has happened this year compared to last year and just what we're doing about it. But this started on last Saturday, October 20th. We had an incident that occurred at 2:11 in the morning at East 6th Street and San Jacinto. And on this one, we had officers that responded to a call of shots fired. And it was an altercation between some unknown subjects at that time. During this altercation, we had a suspect that pulled out a weapon and fired it at the feet of another person that he was involved in that altercation with. This created a kind of a mass exodus of the crowd. Everyone started running, and as they ran, the suspect continued to fire in their direction. This resulted in someone who was not involved in the initial altercation being struck by gunfire and being transported to a local hospital for treatment. Again, that suspect was evading after hearing the gunshots, and then he felt the fact that he had been shot and ultimately was injured and transported to a hospital. Occurring minutes later and in very close proximity, again on October 20th at 2:15 in the morning, we had in the vicinity of 7th and Trinity, several shots were heard being fired. The victim in this incident indicated that he was walking towards his vehicle. He stopped in the parking lot standing between 2 vehicles. He was urinating between the 2 vehicles when he was approached by, I believe, 5 suspects who came up and began beating him about his head and his body. He was able to escape, and as he ran away from that assault, he heard shots being fired, and then he felt pain in his back. He was able to call a friend, and when the friend got there, they determined that he in fact had been hit by that gunfire. He too was transported to the hospital for treatment. Then what we had on Sunday, so the following day, but in the early morning hours as well, at 2:26 a.m. in the 400 block of East 7th Street, officers were flagged down for a shooting that had occurred in the parking lot at 400 East 7th. We had a victim who was with his friends, and they were walking and became involved in a verbal altercation with another group. During this verbal altercation, a suspect in the second group pulled out a firearm and began firing at the initial group, and one person in that group was actually struck in the hand and was again transported and treated. So when we have 3 incidents like this occur in such a short period of time in a very close proximity to each other, this obviously had us concerned, and we began doing research this week, looking at the data and looking at past trends, just trying to see what was going on. When we look at the time period from January 1st through October 22nd of last year, 2017, we had 27 firearm events that took place in George Sector, which is the entire downtown area. So there were 27 incidents from January 1st through October 22nd. That same time period this year, there have been 25 firearm incidents. So this year we have actually had 2 fewer during the year-long period. However, the month of October, we have had 8 that have occurred in the downtown area compared to 2 during October of last year. So we are seeing a spike this month, and we were obviously very much down for the year up until the month of October. So we're paying attention to this. We have put together an initiative to address what we're seeing as this spike that has occurred this month. Well, we will not go into the exact specifics of that. We are pulling additional resources into the downtown area command, the entertainment district. On Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturday nights, there will be a much greater presence of Austin police officers in the entertainment district. Some of these officers will be visible. They will be obvious that they are out there. We will also have resources out there that will not be seen. We're going to work to increase the lighting through portable lights, again, in some of these areas that are not as well lit, so that patrons that are walking towards their vehicles and their parking lots at the end of the night will have better lit routes. We're going to use other assets from the police department. We'll have our helicopter up. It has the ability, obviously, with the night sun, the light that we have on that, to light up areas as well. And we are going to make a strong stance to put a stop to the spike that has occurred. It is important that people that are going down to the entertainment district, which is still a safe place to go, as long as you keep things in mind, as always, and really as anywhere in the city. First off, make sure you go out and have a good time, but do so responsibly. Do not overindulge. Do not leave yourself in a condition where you can't take care of yourself. As with other places, pay attention to your surroundings, especially when you're walking to and from your vehicle. Don't be looking on your phone and having your head down, but instead pay attention to where you're walking. Make sure that you know where you're going, and as with anything else, if you see something that looks out of place or concerning, call us. If you have the ability to walk in groups, then walk in groups. We're always safer when we have others with us, but it's these simple steps that you can take when you go out to enjoy your evening that will better allow you to stay safe. And again, we're going to put the additional resources into the Downtown Area Command to address the spike that we have seen this month so far. So that's where we're at. These 3 cases, we did make an arrest in one of them, and the other 2 are still under investigation. At this point, we don't have anything that makes us believe the 3 cases are linked. However, it is still an ongoing investigation. So with that, I'll open it up for any questions. All right, thank you.